We welcome you to our meaningful meditation for this last Sunday of September, the 29th, the fifth Sunday of the month. So we will have our contemporary service with awesome music and a little more relaxed vibe as we worship together. It's also a very special Sunday in that will be our Bible distribution Sunday, so giving Bibles to all of our children and youth as a gift from the church. And we also will be thinking about the month of October coming up with a lot of mission emphasis, and so we'll be hearing about that too. The sermon will be wrapping up our series from the book of James, and we'll be looking at chapter 5, which is really a whole idea about the importance of prayer. And the sermon title is talking about how, as wholehearted disciples, it is very restorative to us to have an active prayer life. And so that's really the focus. And I wanted to share a quote from C.S. Lewis that I think is really helpful when we reflect on this whole topic of prayer. And C.S. Lewis, the great writer, wrote these words: "I pray because I'm helpless. I pray because the need flows out of me all the time, waking and sleeping. It doesn't change God, it changes me." Prayer is something that can be very complex. It can be something that's not always taught very well. It can be kind of something that we grasp onto, which is helpful to us, but it also can be harmful if we start to doubt that our faith isn't enough, if we feel our prayers aren't answered. And there's many people who carry that burden with them, that they didn't pray hard enough, that their faith wasn't deep enough. So we're going to untangle a lot of those things and theories that we grow up with that are not from God, and think about how much prayer does change us and helps us and restores us. And that's really what the Apostle James wants us to think about. We're standing here today in front of a new addition here in our narthex at the church, which is a piece of work that has been created by our own Leslie Littell, and she was commissioned by our worship committee to take our paraments that have blessed us for many, many years in our sanctuary on our communion table, as we ordered some new ones that we dedicated a few months ago. So she took the ones that have served us for many years with our new logo in the middle, kind of showing the importance of restoration, that you can take something that you've used for one purpose and then have another purpose for it. And that's very much parallels our lives, that things change for us and God helps us through those changes and gives us a purpose for each and every day. So some deep thoughts and things to consider as we gather together on this last Sunday of September. So we hope that you will join us at 10 o'clock here in our sanctuary for worship. As always, we'll have coffee time afterwards. We also have a special Zoom meeting that's scheduled for this Sunday with some friends, new friends who are helping with a trip, a mission experience in the Yucatan in the Mexico, and that's coming up at the end of January in 2025. So my husband Bruce and I are committed to going on this trip, and we'll be helping to build a water treatment system. And if you would love to go with us, have questions about it, this doesn't commit you to going, but you can come and find out more about the trip as we visit with those who will be leading us on this experience. So that will be next door in Lawnridge Hall at 11:30 this Sunday for the Zoom. And then coming up in October, on the first Sunday of October, the 6th, we have Worldwide Communion Sunday, beautiful service with great music and special emphasis on thinking about our siblings around this great, wonderful world. And then after the service, we will have a class for anyone who's interested in joining the church, and that will also happen next door at Lawnridge around 11:15, 11:20 on that day. Looking way ahead on your calendar, on the 13th, we will have our stewardship emphasis beginning that Sunday. The day before, on Saturday the 12th, will be our fall festival, which features our trunk or treat efforts, and also our Go Sing community choir will be blessing us that day as part of the fall festival. So many things to look forward to now in this season of fall, and we're so grateful for your interest and engagement with our congregation, and we look forward to seeing you on Sunday. May you experience God's peace on your journey. Amen.